Hello, I'm Fran with Stampendous, and I'm the CAO, as I like to say, the Creative Artistic Officer. And anyway, we've got a lot of fun things to show you using our Jumbo Snowman and a shape-shifting technique, which is just unbelievable. So we had to show you to make sure you'd understand what exactly you could do with it. So you'll see just a couple of things sitting here. We've got scrapbook pages. And with the snowman here, we stamped on printed papers, and then we can change the shape of the snowman, and we did the little water bottle, Greetings from California, as you can see. Here's a real fun accordion card, where again we've changed the shapes of the snowman several different ways. And we also used him in a pail as a gift card holder. And over here is the gallon pail. And again, all of the snowmen you see have been done with one Jumbo Snowman set. So you're going to have fun seeing what all you can do with it. I'm ready to show you up close here how we're using our perfectly clear stamp set with our now famous Jumbo Snowman. And this is one of our shape-shifting designs. So I'll show you right from the beginning. Taking it out of the package is easy. And it comes with a very nice little cover sheet. So you have the design. And this flap will keep your set together and keep it nice and clean. When it's brand new, you're going to have to really work to get it off of the backing the first time, but gently pull up around each part of the design and work your way around so that you support where you're pulling on it until it releases the entire shape. So you can see how flexible it is, and we're going to show you how to do shape shifting. But initially, if you want to keep it in the design the way it was intended, then you're going to turn the set over, and I've turned this over. This is my detail side, this is the back side facing up, and if I position it on top, this was Laura in our graphics department, her great technique here for positioning it and keeping it in the original shape. So it's sitting there with the smooth side up. I can now take my block, press down on top, and lift it and keep it in exactly that nice round shape it was to start with. But now let me show you what you can do if you want to change the shape and do your shape-shifting technique. So lift it gently again, and now you can see how even without moving the face, I reposition here at the neck and round it out, and I can play with it and do all different shapes. If I want to make him long and skinny, I can press it down like that. And once it's in the position that you like, before you even get the ink on it, you're all set to have it in a new shape. Now I'm taking my VersaFine ink, and I can simply move it across the surface all the way down and get a nice impression. I can see that all the design area is inked, and move that out of the way. I can now make my impression on the paper, and we'll stamp this little guy about here. And again, I do a little bit of extra finger pressure where it's a large block like this, but that gives me a nice impression. And this ink is also very easy to clean up. If I take wet wipes, you can see how I can simply clean off all the ink right away. And I always recommend cleaning it while it's still on the block. So much easier, and then you don't have ink all over your fingers. So now that we've done our skinny snowman, let's say we want to add a hat. And so now I can remove any of the other smaller pieces and find a smaller block. Open this up again. And now I can ink my hat and see exactly where I'm going to put it on top of his head, whether I want it sliding back here or all the way up here. Come straight down, and there's the hat sitting right on top of his head. There are also in the set some little cardinals, and you can see how there's one turning left and one turning right. So you've got lots of options along with hats and scarves. So I'll show you next how we can simply use color pencils or anything else to come back in and do some coloring. And let's see here. If we want to do some blue and I want a quick way of coloring, I can simply do some blue shadowing all the way around this edge, and this is going to make him look a little bit rounder than just flat on the paper. And anyway, you can see how we can keep developing all the different color schemes that you would want, but I want to make sure you see all of the different shapes and things that you can do. So take a look at this. Every time I reposition them in a different way, I've got little short guy and tall and skinny and all different shapes. And this little guy, I had to turn it the other way on the block, and he's our California snowman because he's melting. His little hands are up going, help me, help me. So you can see how much fun you're going to have with this set. And besides stamping just the snowmen, of course you've got your hats and scarves and mittens, and you can see how I've begun to color them all different patterns and doing matching sets, again with the color pencils. And you can have an awful lot of fun with that. It just doesn't stop. I was in Scotland, I did tartan scarves, and we've got stripes and every other kind of pattern you can think of. But if you want to do it even quicker and you don't enjoy coloring so much, take a look at how I've stamped on top of, here we go, patterned papers. With a small simple print, you can still see through it, still do your coloring on top, and you could add the hat in a beautiful coordinating pattern. And you can see we started with this design intended for card making, but also big enough for scrapbooking. And you can see with some of your templates how easy it would be to do journaling right in the middle of the large Jumbo Snowman. So that's how we did all of our shape shifting.